Hi guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks, and it's Sunday, so it's time for another random destruction. Now I'm taking advantage of the on track to the back chat, and I'm in the 1375 tier 7 French auto-loading light tank, and I don't like this tank at all. Yeah, I really just don't care for it. I'm kind of looking forward to the 1390. But yeah, this one, I don't know. I don't like it. It doesn't seem quite fast enough. I mean, it's very much the same with a lot of the French tanks. And I mean, it's not so much the speed, because he kind of, it doesn't feel much good as an active scout. Sometimes as a passive one. Maybe not as an active one, like I say. And that's because of the speed, so you sort of don't use it like that. It's kind of like well, I tried to use it sort of a bit of a scouting role, but like a fast attack tank as well. And I think the main issue is just the gun. It's quite low pen and low damage. I know it's an auto-loader as well, but when you compare it to, say, the Bulldog, for instance, that's in front of me, that gets an auto-loader. And that has something like 175 pen, 150 damage, something like that. This is 144 pen, and I think around 135 damage, possibly. So yeah, it does seem slightly low on that side. So I don't know. I don't particularly like this tank. I really enjoyed the 12T. I thought that was a good, fun little tank, the tier 6 one. And like I said, I'm looking forward to the 1390. I know the pen at 170 isn't brilliant for getting into tier 10 matches, but I've got the freedom. That's got 170 pen, and that gets into tier 9, and I'm managing that. So on the 1390 would have been a lot faster, and it was like I said, I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, I forgot to even say what we're in. It's a tier 8 match, and it's on Arctic. That's it. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that is the map. So it's about the best matchmaking you can see in a tier 7 light tank is a tier 8 match. And it's not been too savage so far. But this does have, I think I might have shown a replay with this possibly. Or I might be thinking of the AMX Chaffee review that I did. But the main, one of the problems with this is also gun depression and gun elevation, which again is a common trait with anything with an oscillating turret. You generally don't get great gun depression and elevation because the whole turret moves, so the back of the turret, you know, can't move, the hull, etc. So you do have to be quite careful with how you place yourself, and you know, where you put your tank. You do have to alter your gameplay, but I've been in this quite a lot over the last few days. Well, since the on track to the back chat came on, I thought I'd take my opportunity to get through this thing. And I'm getting there, slowly but surely, but I am a heartbeat away from just converting a load of XP, getting out of this thing. And I don't like doing that. I really don't. You know, I can put up with most tanks and just grind away through them, but I just... yeah, I just don't like this tank. And they must do, you know, people must do very well in it, because it's quite hard to get a first class or you know, an ace tanker in it. You seem to have to get quite a high XP, high, you know, high base. Yeah, when I can talk, high base XP. So people do seem to do well in it, but I just, like I say, it's not for me. It just irritates me, this tank, immensely. You know, it's been a bit haphazard with the aim in there. I should have really aimed that better. Now at this point, I'd not noticed that I've only got 3 standard armor piercing rounds left. Another downside to this tank, it doesn't carry a great deal of ammunition. And took a hit from something on my right hand side there, and again, and this is where I thought I was actually going to die. When I go up against the IS-3, this is when I notice, oh crap, I've only got 3 rounds left, so I put 1, which gets eaten. Second one goes through. I stop in front of his gun for some bizarre reason, and yeah, things just kind of went a bit wrong there. And I'm reloading my APCR, but I've only got 12 of those, which is 2 full clips. So yeah, with the low pen on this thing, and that was a bugger because that one got eaten by the spaced armour on the side there. But yeah, that's the thing with this. With the low pen, a lot of your shots can bounce, and obviously when you don't carry a lot of ammunition, that can be an issue. Because if most of your shots are bouncing, you're not going to be able to do a great deal of damage. So yeah, that is another problem with this tank. And I think I've done this before where I've been moaning about a tank while I've been having quite a decent game in it. I think it was the T25/2. But it just happens that way sometimes. You hate a tank, yet you seem to do alright in it. And, you know, I have alright games in this. Nothing particularly special. This was quite a nice game though. But I'm on very low health and I'm going to be very, very careful what I do here. But I'm going after this fatherland. One hit, and of course it goes into the floor, but that's him done. And, oh crap. Full health OI, but I've got premium loaded, so I had no problem going through the back of his armour there. But now I've got to wait for the reload, and this is where things start to go a bit wrong. I'd not paid attention to the map, yet that's when I notice the TDs and think, oh crap. And yeah, bit of a shit moment. I don't even know why I went backwards and forwards, it was just sort of, my brain didn't quite work at the right speed, if you see what I mean. I saw them, had a bit of a moment, and then blew up. So yeah, unfortunately that one did end up a defeat, but I came out just over 2000 XP, and just over 2179 XP as well, and I lost, although some of that was from the ops, so I don't know what my base XP was. 762, so yeah, not too savage, but came at the top of the table. Like I say, it was a tier 8 match, so probably the best matchmaking you're going to see in a tier 7 light tank, but I thought it was quite an entertaining match to put on. So there you go. But yeah, just can't wait to get out of it. I'm really looking forward to the 1390, a bit of sort of a breath of fresh air I think it's going to be. And I hope it is, because I've got 3 tanks to grind out of that. There's the Lorraine, the Batchat, and the AMX 30B. Possibly, is that the Tier 9 or is it the MX-30? I think it's the B. Or is it the first prototype? Possibly. Yeah, that might be it. Anyway, second match for you. I'm in the Vanquisher Sentinel AC1, the prize tank from the Final 4 weekend. And it's Tier 4, as many of you will know. It's quite alright in a Tier 4 match actually. It's very tough little tank in a Tier 4 match. It reminds me a lot of Matilda, and it's got a very similar gun. This uses a quick fire 10-pounder Mark 10A, I think it is, and the Matilda gets a 10B, so this only gets 88 pen on its standard rounds, 121 on its premium, and I think it gets 10 less damage possibly than the Matilda. I can't quite remember, but yeah, the Matilda gets 121 pen on its standard rounds now. This has got 64 on the armour on the front, and I think 45 maybe side and rear. Turrets 64 all round, and it's got good gun depression, good top speed, but quite a poor power to weight ratio. And like I said before, in a Tier 4 match, quite a tough little tank. Now, it does unfortunately see up to Tier 6. In Tier 6 matches, at range, your armour with a bit of angling and against nothing with a bit too much clout can, you know, stand up a little bit, but the 88 pen on your gun is very lacklustre in Tier 6 match, and occasionally in Tier 5 matches as well it's very, very inadequate, and you do have to find yourself firing quite a bit of armour-piercing APCR ammo. And I don't know, I just possibly think that if it is going to see Tier 6, it could possibly do with pen buff, something maybe similar to the Matilda's gun, because that again is a Tier 4 that sees Tier 6. Some people might say, but then this in Tier 4 matches would be very, very OP, and I think I possibly have to agree with you. I don't know if it should have quite as much as the Matilda, but I think it needs a little bit more than it's got now. just to be slightly more competitive in tier 6, or have its premium rounds made a little bit cheaper, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, there you go, that's my opinion on it. But yeah, quite, like I say, quite a nice tough tank in a tier 4 match, but very lacking on penetration in tier 6 and slightly so in tier 5s, but this is a tier 4 match. So down here it is quite adequate armour wise, penetration and everything else. Now, I am platooned up with my wife as well, she's in her Vanquisher, and there is another Vanquisher in here as well, the other medium you can see that's left. Both teams have taken a bit of a kicking, and the enemy team are capping our, well, they're capping our base. So I'm going to come up here, there's a very low health Vanquisher, if I can just get a shot on him, hopefully I can take him down. Just missed, he gets a hit on me, but I'm going to try and push around the corner and get to him. There we go. Although I do take a hit in the ammo rack, so it's a bit slow getting the shot off, so that's cost me. And I've already burnt my repair kit as well, in fact I'm not even sure what I burnt it on. But that has cost me slightly, so I've now lost the element of, well, I've lost my rate of fire basically, that's what I was trying to get at. But I don't know where I was going, lost the element of, but yeah, I don't know where I was going with that one. Just trailed off into nothingness. But that's the enemy Vanquisher down, and at this point, I do check actually, I'm not sure when, but it's the 3 Vanquishers on our team that are left, which does give you an indication as to how tough it is. The AMX-40 is a very tough tank, and he's struggling to pen me. I have it angled towards him, but this is, like I say, a tough little tank. I've had to switch my premium ammunition to take care of the AMX-40, because that again is a very tough little tank, but I found someone to pen him just on the curve of his lower glacis there. Yeah, going for the driver's hatch, he's backing off because he's bouncing off me and I am not bouncing off him. My wife had put the pressure on, she was the one actually capping to put the pressure on, trying to split them up a little bit, and now that it's at this stage in the game, obviously she's given up on the cake and going for that other white tank. And yeah, just got him as I get the AMX-40. And that's the match. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with it. It's, I mean, tier 5 match, it's not too shabby either. Yeah, again, you've got to stay at range because there's a lot in tier 5 that can, you know, put a shell straight through your armour. But the problem there is that you don't have the pen at range, so it's a bit hit and miss. But yeah, it makes a decent flanker in your tier 5s, and if you can get around on the flank in tier 6s and use your premium ammunition, then you don't have any problem penning the sides and rears. But in tier 4, that's where it really shines. I do like that. In fact, I'm tempted to even possibly sell my Matilda. I do take that out every now and again just for a bit of fun. But I might get rid of it now I've got the Vanquisher, I don't know. Anyway, last one for you. Tier 7 match, very nice matchmaking for me in the T29. In fact, it's a very tier 7 game. And yep, I'm out in my favourite tank, the T29. I'm still going for the Mark of Excellence, just slowly building it up. I'm just over 90%, like 90 point something percent I think at this point. But I do love this tank. I just think it's quite versatile, and it can definitely hold its own in tier 9 matches. And there's not many tanks in the game that can hold their own, you know, properly when the bottom tier. But the T29 is one of those. But again, it's in certain situations. It's not, you know, it's not this all-powerful, ruffle-stomping tank. There are situations where you will just get your arse handed to you if you're not careful. But then again, that's the same in every tank as well, really. But in this one, I'm going to go. Well, I'm going to go up and around. I don't normally go this way, and I wouldn't normally take a heavy tank up here, but there's just a light on his own. There is normally a bit of an enemy push the other way, so hence I'm coming up here. And the only thing that's come over the other side is this ELC. And he's now going back to the garage. So yeah, he came zipping around, but unfortunately just went up the up the wall there, which slowed him down enough for me to get him. And there's T25 AT sneaking up behind me, so it doesn't look like I'm actually going to get up towards that temple or whatever it is up there. I'm going to flick it around and go after the T25 AT, and I considered ramming him. But I decided to, well, I changed my mind basically, and go back and forth a little bit on the ramming idea. And then I think, why not? And then again, I think I changed my mind and just do both. Why not? And just miss. Well, I'll try and pin him from turning. Didn't quite get the shot in myself, but the other tanks on my team managed to take him out, so that's another gun out of the battle for the enemy team. Now, I'm possibly not in the best place here. It's not too bad, I've got cover on my right flank. However, if anything comes above me, if anything has pushed up towards that sort of temple building up on the hill there, I could be in trouble. However, that looks like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a stock T29. Oh, yeah, just like that. That was a nasty hit, it's damaged my ammo rack. I need to get that back up and running. And keep an eye on that SU-152. Yeah, not in the best of places. In fact, I think, has he got the 76mm possibly? Oh, now there's a Tiger 1 up there as well, but he's got the stock turret, so he's not really too much of a threat. However, he has got the height advantage, so any sloping on my front armour will definitely be lessened. Now I've got the T43 pushing round as well, trying to get a couple of shots in. There's a tier 7 medium, he can pen the front of my hull. And the T29 bounced, I think, possibly. I managed to get a nice solid hit on him. T43 popped himself round again, but he's managed to pull back. I'm just trying to get myself in a position where I can either angle or hide my lower glacis and increase the angle on my upper. And this seems a pretty good place to do that. I'm not going to reload for the T43. Can I pull back and hit the SU-152? I can. Not quite enough to finish him off, but the RT did anyway. So now it looks like the T29 is either pulled back or dead. I think that's him, is it? I think he's pulled back. There's a T43, he's gone over to the right. Oh, and there's another T29. He's got the 90mm, it looks like. Get a nice hit on him. He's definitely preoccupied by somebody else. I get another good hit through his hull. And he's pulling back. Yeah, he's preoccupied by the heavy and the light tank up on the hill, so I'm going to go after the T43. Although he's taken a bit of a beating now, and in fact, if I do get him, it'll just be the last bit of health. Yep, there we go. And I think I'm going to turn it around and go for the T29 rather than coming around the other side, but I'm doubtful as to whether I'll get there in time to actually get any hits in on him. Although we'll soon see. He's bouncing, so no, there we go. Somebody else takes him out, and there's just one light tank left, and I have no idea where he is. But we're also capping the enemy base as well, so I think we're probably going to cap out before we find the last light tank. If he's anywhere, he's probably going to be around the back or somewhere, either trying to survive or try and get an easy kill or something at the end there to try and get a bit more damage done, but nobody finds him. And there you go. Quite a nice match in my T29. Came out with, well, just over 3,300 damage done. First class master in a high caliber. And I think that's put me up to something like 91.14%, so not far to go now for that third mark, so quite happy with that. And top of the table with quite a considerable amount of damage done over the next guy, so yeah, I do like the T29. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that episode. I hope it's entertained you. And I'll be back tomorrow with another video. So, oh, and I hope you've all had a good weekend. Nearly forgot as well. The weekend is over now, and it's Monday tomorrow. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Until then, take care out there, and I'll catch you next time. See you later.